Hey, what is up you guys? It's Madison. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am filming a video that after the other night just had to be done. I have two videos up on my channel already. One of them is like creepy stuff that's happened since I moved into my new house. And this is the house I've lived in my entire sophomore year. I moved in last August. And there's another one that said, I think it's titled a shooting outside my house after the elections, which there was literally a shooting right outside our house after the elections back in November. And that video, besides that one instance it talks about all the other like creepy things that had happened recently around that video, as well as the one that happened in August. People have climbed on my roof and have been right outside my window a few times. There was that shooting, there's like a really bad homeless problem around here. There's just creepy stuff. We now have a security system. Since those last two videos, we did how to get a security system in our house. So yeah, after like this latest occurrence, I made a list on my phone of just everything that's happened since those last two videos. And I thought I'd make a third one because I talk about it on my live stream all the time. And so then I figured, you know, why not just make a third video to tell you guys. And I am not living here next year. And like, this is a big reason why. Just because it is such an creepy, unsafe, loud area, and it's not even like, I think sometimes when I talk about where I live, I literally make it sound like I live in like a very rough place, when in reality it's just near a very big part of Fort Collins, like a very busy part of Fort Collins, kind of near the bars and stuff. And it's not really a residential area where my house is specifically located. So there's like a really bad homeless problem in like right where we're located. It's super, super, super busy. Sorry, my friend Peanut texted me, and a lot of drunk people around here. Like, you guys get the point, but it's like so sketchy. But yeah, so I'll just start out maybe with like the more minor ones. First thing I'm gonna talk about happened over winter break, and our patio, like our front porch, I guess, is covered by like really big bushes. So there's like a stairs and there's a bunch of bushes covering it, so you can't really see what's on our porch unless you physically walk up there. So my roommates, all three, had bikes on our patio, which you could not see if you were on the street, in the yard, even like anywhere. You literally have to walk up to see them. And they all three had bikes up there, and one of my roommates didn't have a lock on her bike at the time. And it was there for a while and nobody like took it because it was pretty hidden. But then like one day her bike just went missing over winter break, and it kind of like freaked us out just because somebody had to literally walk up there to see that her bike was unlocked. Like, let alone that her bike was there, but let alone like to see that it didn't have a lock on it. And so we were really sketched out that maybe somebody went to like try to open our doors, because there's always people like lingering in our yard. It's like the creepiest thing. So we thought maybe someone was trying to like test to see if our door was open, and then saw that our bike was there and just took it. And so then that happened, so everyone was like, okay, we need to lock the doors, we need to really be on it, just keep a lookout. And then more recently, the same thing kind of happened where my other roommate, her bike was locked and it was still up there, but someone stole her bike seat, and we just noticed like within the last couple weeks. So yeah, that just bothers me, because I mean, somebody was like up there. I just don't like that. And so that's not like a huge thing. It really sucks for them because it's their bikes, but I mean, Okay, and then another thing like sort of like that was one time Lizzie was out on our front porch, and she was like doing something out there, and people walking by couldn't see her because of those like hedges and those bushes that cover our porch where you can't really see anything. So she was up there, and I guess these like, I don't even want to say like meth heads or something, but these people that were just like out of it, like were out there talking to each other, and they're like, oh yeah, like you can see like this house has so many windows, it'd be so easy to break into. And Lizzie heard them like talking about that for a minute, and then like walks out where she's visible, and she's like, hi, like I live here, like go away, like quit talking about how to break into our house. And like that creeped me out just because of all the previous occurrences. And then more recently than that, one of our neighbors that lives like very close to us, we all park our cars in the same area. We have like our spots, and they're all just like lined up. And he said he went outside around, I think it was like 11:30 at night, so not even that late. It was either, yeah, I think it was 11:30. He said he was outside, and I forgot what he even said he was doing, but he said he saw some guy walk by, and there's like probably like 6 cars parked here, and he literally went by and checked all 4 doors of each car parked in that lot, like just checked to see. And obviously he didn't see my neighbor standing there watching him, but he like went and tried to like check if each door was locked, like of all of our cars. And he like called the police and like told them about it, but like I was like, okay. And he told us just like, hey, like make sure you guys are locking your cars because somebody was doing that. And like the thing that gets me is this isn't like as sketchy as an area as like when I moved in here, I did not think that this kind of stuff occurred around here. And then this thing is that really like had me and my roommates all just so sketched out was, I'm trying to think of the order of how these occurred. I think Alex saw this guy first. So one day Alex was leaving and she saw a guy across the street and she's like locking the door, about to leave. And as she's locking the door, she like turns around and sees this guy like heading toward our yard, like diagonally across the street, not just across the street on the crosswalk, but like diagonal. So he was actually going like toward our house. And then Alex like saw him and she was just like, this looks really, really weird. So she pretended like she like forgot something and unlocked the door and went back in there. And then all of a sudden he just took like a sharp turn and went the opposite direction. Like he knew she was going back in there. So if he was trying to go to our house, like he just like took a sharp turn all of a sudden and moved when she went back in. And the reason like this is scary, because like that could have been anything, you know, it could have just him being weird or something. Like it didn't have anything to do with us maybe, but the next day, and this was around the Super Bowl, because I was on my way to Dalton's house because like everyone was like watching it over there or whatever, and I was leaving and I was like walking out to my car and I was parked out front, and this guy walked past like on the sidewalk as I'm like walking to my car, and he was wearing, and this was like a warm day, and for Colorado it was a pretty warm day. He was wearing like black sweatpants, a black hoodie, and then a bandana across his face where you could only see his eyes, and I was kind of taken back. I mean, wear what you want, whatever, but I was just kind of like, oh. And I was like kind of sketched out about it, and I like just like got in my car, like kind of like watched him, and I was like, whatever, like it's fine. And then it just like made me feel weird. But then I left and went to their house, and then the next day, and this is like 2 days in a row, Alex and then me, and then the third day Holly and Liz left the house to go get food or something, and then they were coming back and they saw the same guy. Like when they saw this guy, okay, and he was like walking like in our yard, and they came back like from where they were coming from and like walked up and he like peaced out or whatever, and they got really scared because they saw him like in our yard and stuff, looking in our windows. And so then they told Alex about it, and Alex was like, okay, that's weird because the guy that you're describing looks exactly and sounds like the guy that I saw. And then they told me, and I was like, okay guys, you might not believe this, but I literally saw this guy the day right in the middle between what you guys are talking about. And so then we were like very, very like unhinged after that, because like what the like 3 consecutive days, like I mean, ugh, like I don't like that. That just like, ugh, like it makes me just feel like, and he's like looking in our windows and stuff. And so then like it kind of freaked us out because then he like knew all of our cars and kind of like saw who was coming in and out of there, maybe like, I don't know. And so we called the police, reported that to them, and I guess like in another area of Fort Collins, there's like guy that fit this description was, God, I'm like sweaty. I need to not talk about this stuff. Ooh, gross. That same guy was spotted being like peeping around and doing like weird activity, a guy of that description I should say, in Fort Collins. So we're just like, oh my God, like, ugh, like it was just, I don't know. After that we got a security system in our house just so we could try to protect ourselves at that point, and that was really creepy. And then I think the last thing, I'm like a lot more like relaxed now, but at the time I was like really on heightened alert after that. And then the most recent thing, this happened just a few days ago, and I was just done. Like I'm just like, at this point I'm more like angry and annoyed than I am scared. Dalton dropped me off at my house around midnight because Alec and Bryant picked me up, took me to their house, we all hung out for a little while, and then I didn't have my car, so Dalton had to bring me back. And he drops me off out front, and I'm walking up my yard, and then these 2 people like start walking up like in my yard close to my house, like toward, not on the sidewalk around, like through, walking toward me. And then Dalton like stops and like doesn't pull away, he's like watching, and I was like, hi. And they're like, oh, like we're one of your neighbor's parents, like blah blah blah, we're just trying to get in here. She told us to like go through her, what was it, her window well and break in, which was weird. I feel like, why are you showing up at midnight going to your daughter's house and she's not there, she's telling you to break in? Like it was really weird. And so I was like, okay, well this is not her house, like this is not her unit, this is my unit, like she's over here. And I like walked over there, and Dalton like called me and he's like, I'm watching you, like do you want me to come up like in that, like I'm out in my car watching you right now, this girl lives, and then I'm just gonna go back. So like I have Dalton on the phone, but like I'm not talking to him, I just have it I'm holding him on the phone so he can hear everything that's happening, but I'm not like physically talking to him anymore. So I like take them over there. I was like, okay, like this is where she lives, like your daughter, and like that's it. There's no affiliation with my unit, so like, see ya. And then I walk back around up to my door, and then they started, like, and I go up to unlock my door, and I turn around, and they follow me and come up to my porch. I'm like, what? Like, literally, and I'm like, not even trying to be rude, but I just don't know what they're doing. And I'm like, okay, like, is everything okay? Like, what are you doing? And they're like, they just like look like they're like intoxicated of some kind. And I'm just kind of like sketch out, and then Dalton's like, got fed up with it, and he started to walk up after that, and I was just like, and obviously I was unlocking my door, but I pulled my key out when they came up to my porch because I'm not going to open my door when they're up there. And then they like do something like, can we just like come in? She's off in like 15 minutes. Can we just come in? And Dalton hadn't walked up yet. And I'm like, no, like my roommate's in there. And they're like, well, I'm pretty sure we can get into her house through yours. I'm like, no, you can't. You cannot get in there. And no. Like, I was just like, get away. And then after that, Dalton was like, what's up, guys? And walked up and like, okay, well, we'll just go now. And it was just creepy and weird. And yeah, they were trying to go to my house, and I'm not dealing with that. I don't know. I was just, I just hate that stuff. That's kind of it for now. I just hope I can just get through the rest of the summer and nothing like any of these things happen, like anything creepy or weird or sketchy just happens before I move out. I'm so done living here, and I am not dealing with it anymore. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you found some kind of entertainment in it. Thank you so much for watching and being here and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.